footage shows a worker standing directly beneath a heavy load that was improperly elevated on the forklift's tines. This dangerous position places the worker squarely in the fall zone, which carries an extreme and immediate crush hazard. Suddenly, the heavy freight or container catastrophically slipped or fell off the forklift's tines, dropping with immense force and crushing the worker who was standing in the immediate vicinity. It is an absolute non-negotiable safety violation to ever walk or stand directly beneath a raised or suspended load. Loads must always be centered, stable, and carried low to the ground when traveling. Forklift operators must ensure the travel path is completely clear of all pedestrians. Rigorous enforcement of exclusion zones and pedestrian separation is mandatory to prevent severe crush injuries from falling material and equipment failure. The video documents a severe construction site incident involving an excavation project where a crew was working near a trench or pit using an excavator or digging equipment. The footage captures the moment the machine was actively digging. Suddenly, and without warning, the adjacent trench wall or earthen embankment experienced a catastrophic rapid collapse. The falling debris, soil, and material overwhelmed the area, leaving workers no time to move to safety and resulting in severe impact and crush injuries from the collapsing force. It is mandatory to properly shore, shield, or slope all trench and excavation walls greater than 5 feet in depth to prevent cave-ins. Supervisors must regularly inspect soil conditions and wall stability, especially when heavy equipment is operating nearby. Workers must be kept out of the immediate danger zone when the excavator is digging and must never enter an unshored trench or pit, as collapses are instantaneous and lethal. The video captures a sudden and highly dangerous incident in a warehouse or storage facility, specifically involving an area containing tall stacked bags of material, likely fertilizer or bulk goods. The footage shows a worker, a woman, moving within the narrow aisle while cleaning or organizing. Suddenly, the adjacent stacks of material lose stability and experience a massive rapid collapse. The falling rows of heavy bags impacted the worker with force, trapping her beneath the substantial weight of the fallen material. All stored materials, especially bags, must be stacked safely and properly, adhering to height restrictions and utilizing pyramid or interlock stacking methods to ensure stability. It is mandatory to inspect stacks regularly for leaning or instability and correct them immediately. Workers must be kept clear of any aisle exhibiting unstable stacks to prevent severe crush injuries from falling material. The video documents a severe workplace incident in a manufacturing facility involving the handling of large heavy steel coils or rolled material. The footage shows a worker standing near a stationary coil. Simultaneously, a forklift was transporting another massive coil, but the operator lost control and inadvertently dropped the heavy load from the lift tines. The unsecured coil instantly began to roll rapidly across the floor toward the unsuspecting worker and collided with the individual, causing a forceful impact. This incident underscores the absolute necessity for all rolled materials to be secured with proper attachments and carried at a low height and controlled speed during transport to prevent them from becoming dangerous rolling hazards. Furthermore, strict safety protocols must always enforce an exclusion zone around all heavy material movement to protect personnel from sudden impacts caused by dropped and rolling loads. The video documents a severe safety violation and incident involving a forklift being used improperly to elevate a worker in a warehouse or industrial setting. The footage captures the moment a worker was positioned at a significant height while standing directly on the vehicle's forks. Suddenly, the forklift, which was not fully secured or immobilized, began to move unexpectedly. This motion immediately caused the worker to lose their balance and fall dramatically from the dangerous elevated position to the ground below. This incident clearly demonstrates the absolute prohibition on using a forklift's forks as an unauthorized personnel platform, highlighting the extreme risk of severe fall injuries due to the inherent instability and the critical lack of fall protection in such unsafe working methods. The video captures a safety incident during a loading or unloading operation involving a truck and a forklift. The footage shows a worker positioned on the bed or cargo area of the delivery truck as materials are being handled. Suddenly, the worker lost their footing or balance while moving near the edge or maneuvering around the forklift, causing them to fall unexpectedly from the height of the truck bed to the ground below. This serious incident clearly highlights the necessity for workers to avoid standing on the truck bed during active loading and unloading unless stringent fall protection measures, such as harnesses or guardrails, are rigorously enforced. Furthermore, only secure access platforms should be utilized for ingress and egress, and personnel must always maintain 3 points of contact when climbing onto or off the trailer to prevent severe injuries from a fall from height. The video captures a critical safety incident involving a forklift carrying a heavy load that was improperly secured and positioned. The footage demonstrates that the load's excessive forward weight or poor positioning caused the vehicle's center of gravity to shift dangerously forward during movement. While the operator was attempting to maneuver, the severe forward imbalance caused the rear wheels of the forklift to lift off the ground, leading to a sudden and dangerous loss of stability that nearly resulted in a violent tip-over. This incident stresses the absolute necessity for operators to verify load stability and ensure the weight does not exceed the vehicle's rated capacity or load center limits before moving, as exceeding these limits creates an immediate and severe hazard of vehicle instability. The video captures a safety incident during an unloading operation from a truck where a group of workers were attempting to manually pull a heavy cargo container or freight item out of the truck bed. The footage shows the immense force required to move the heavy load, causing 2 workers on the ground to lose their footing and stumble. Simultaneously, the forceful resistance caused the truck's tailgate boom to jerk violently, nearly causing the worker standing on the tailgate to lose balance and fall from the height. This chaotic movement also destabilized nearby stacked cargo, which came dangerously close to toppling over. This incident emphasizes the critical need to strictly prohibit manual brute force methods for unloading heavy cargo and mandate the use of appropriate mechanical assistance, such as forklifts or pallet jacks, to prevent severe fall injuries, loss of stability, and crush hazards from shifting loads. The video captures a severe workplace incident where 2 workers were positioned in the immediate vicinity of a forklift's forks preparing for an unloading operation at a truck bed. The footage shows the forklift operator attempting to approach the truck when they suddenly lost control of the vehicle's movement. Instead of braking or maneuvering slowly, the operator inadvertently applied rapid acceleration, stepped on the gas. The footage shows the forklift operator attempting to approach the truck when they suddenly lost control of the vehicle's movement. Instead of braking or maneuvering slowly, the operator inadvertently applied rapid acceleration, stepped on the gas. The forklift surged forward quickly and violently, pinning or severely impacting the worker, who was positioned in the operator's compartment against the rear of the truck bed. This incident highlights the absolute necessity for operators to maintain strict foot control, practice safe stopping distances, and ensure all ground personnel maintain a mandatory exclusion zone from both the moving vehicle and pinch points between the forklift and stationary objects like truck beds. The video footage documents a severe public safety incident involving a large, heavy truck that was not properly secured. The scene clearly shows the unattended truck beginning to roll uncontrolled down an incline right near a body of water riverbank. The runaway vehicle accelerated rapidly and eventually slammed directly into a smaller parked passenger car, causing significant damage to the vehicle and infrastructure. Drivers must strictly adhere to the mandatory safety protocol of properly securing all heavy vehicles whenever they are parked, even for short periods. Rigorous use of both the parking brake and wheel chocks is essential, especially on any slope or near potential hazards like a riverbank. Failing to secure a heavy vehicle creates an extreme and unpredictable danger to property and public safety. The video documents a severe and immediate safety violation in a warehouse or industrial setting involving the use of a forklift.